Hey guys, welcome to another brand spankingly new deep playthrough on the channel, The Last of Us Part 1. I am actually not sure whether I did The Last of Us, the original, as a playthrough as well. I don't think so. I did start with The Last of Us Part 2, but I didn't, I just stopped midway. Just like what is happening a little bit too often lately, me having all kinds of ambitious plans, like playing all the Assassin's Creed games, modding Skyrim, and finally finishing Skyrim. I'm also deeply into modding GTA 4 with upscaling the textures, etc. It looks amazing, actually. I really, the only problem is I don't have a lot of time because I really go down the rabbit hole, and I also have to work. So then it just gets parked a bit, because you really need to get into the flow and into the specifics, the technicalities of that specific modern journey. And doing that like half an hour here or there doesn't really work. You really need to get like a full day at least to get into it, and preferably multiple days after each other. And I was now also starting to mod Half-Life 2, where I went totally down the rabbit hole this last, I had a couple, 2 weeks off during Christmas time. I basically was full-time modding Half-Life 2. And then only yesterday I was like, let's check out the Steam sale. And I bought like also older games that I probably want to upscale and play, like the Max Payne series, the Fear series. All very cool early 2000s games. But then I also saw The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. And I was like, I did have that one on the channel, but yeah, indeed, I just switched over to other games and I still had to finish it. So yeah, that hopping over happens a little bit too much, but in the end, once I do have more time, I do have them all still on my to-do list to finish them. Like, for example, also Need for Speed 2015. I got quite far with really going for 100% completion, but yeah, it is still not finished, but it's still on my to-do list, as well as that Assassin's Creed series and the Crisis that I recently started. There's a lot to do, but anywho, so I did do The Last of Us Part 2. I started it, but then I noticed that The Last of Us Part 1, I knew it had a remaster, but I did not know it actually had like almost a full remake like 2 years ago, which is Last of Us Part 1. And I could get a good price, and I'm really still quite call it a graphical whore. Like I really like all the bells and whistles, like the technology pushing forwards. And I could find it on a really nice price, so I decided to just and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered as well, both for a nice price. So I decided just to buy them as a little Christmas gift to myself. Last of Us Part 2, I don't really like the characters, like with all the woke indoctrination. Also the story, of course, not with what's his name, Joel, dying. But I'm gonna give it another go, that game as well, because the remastered, it looks amazing, and also I did find that the gameplay wise it was a pretty nice game from what I remember playing in the first time I did a halfway playthrough of that one. Anyways, a lot of rambling, long story short, I bought The Last of Us Part 1. I already did some playtesting yesterday evening. I went through the options, and by the way, there are the accessibility options and the whole options menu. It is really well done in this game, I find. It are really small things, but for example, if you go into this menu and you're down here, but you want to go all the way to the up, you can just press down again and you loop back to the top. It's a very simple mechanic, but almost no game interfaces have that. Instead of pressing one time down, you have to then press 1, 2, 3, 4 times up again to get back to the top. That is really easy, quick wins, but yeah, only games like this that really take the effort to programming that in. And also the fact that you can customize your controller button assignments, like totally, not all of them, not the D-pad, but all the face buttons and the triggers. You can assign it however you like, and that are really nice touches. And then of course also it doesn't really apply to me, but you have like, yeah, now I'm pressing like 10 times down. I can just as well press 1 times up to get to the accessibility options. There are a lot of options here. They don't really apply to me because I don't, at least I think I'm not colorblind or hearing impaired. But there, yeah, I can imagine that they indeed won, or at least got a lot of recommendations, or it's commendable, like compliments on the way they implemented the customizability system. That's just only about sending data, etc. to the, I don't know, to Steam or to PlayStation even. Not really relevant. Languages, English, audio, everything default. Graphics we will get to, subtitles, I have everything off. Also HUD, everything is off. I will be playing totally HUDless. Haptics, that's default. And then controls, I switched around, I think, the interact button from the triangle to the X, because X was by default jumping and interact, use was triangle. But I think you will use the interact use button much more than the jump button. So it should be closer to where your thumb normally rests on the controller. So it makes much more sense to me to make use interact the X button and jumping, which you do not as frequent, a little bit more out of the way, the triangle button. I really don't understand how, I assume there was playtesting going on, how people, how they came up with a default scheme like that, like putting jump on the X button, while in this game you really don't use jump that often. Or yeah, it's also, I think, climbing up on obstacles, but even those two combined, jumping and, or maybe there's, I don't even know if there's a jump button, but at least it's climbing up on obstacles. Yes, you do have to climb a lot, but I don't think as you don't press that button as often as you do use or interact. So yeah, I switched those around. Then display, I still have, normally I'm an early adapter to graphics card, or I always was. But now I still am rocking a trusty old 390 RTX because I do think the 490, it was not really that much of an improvement compared to the money. The 590 I have no clue. But also I do think it still plays a lot of games well, and especially now I'm really having like a revival of old early 2000 games like Half-Life. You can actually, of course, the 390 RTX with 24 gigabyte video memory easily runs those games. And you can easily run those games 8K with DSR, Dynamic Super Resolution, in the NVIDIA control panel. You can run it up to 8K and then downscale it back to 4K, which is my screen resolution. And then you have a really sharp image. Even GTA 4 as well can run 8K downscale to 4K. So I don't really need a graphic card right now because there are not that many cool games coming out. It's all woke trash coming out still in 2025. They're really, the developers now are like a fraction of the capabilities of the developers what they could do in the early 2000s, late 90s. So I'm still using this old 390, and also I want to save a bit. Put money into Bitcoin instead of now just only buying the latest graphical card for like ridiculous prices. So, but I was still curious. I can at least play everything on maxed out 4K. That is totally running fine. But I was curious if I could use also do this at 8K and then downscale to 4. But that is not possible at all. Then you really get like 10 FPS. So that's a pity. We cannot do the full 8K. But it's 4K You cannot do full screen. They only have borderless windows apparently with the new DirectX 12 implementation. For the rest, everything is pretty much default here, and then graphics, everything is to the highest setting possible. You see that on the little dots that you see besides it. If it's not the highest, you have like an arrow to the left for lower or to the right for higher. But if you're highest, then there's no arrow anymore in the setting, but it becomes a little dot, like a stop sign. So everything is maxed out, and it runs really quite well, I have to say. The only thing I changed a little bit is I really don't like that effect, but that is the chromatic aberration or the film grain intensity. It really made it distorted the image. It was constantly like the image was moving, and it was really way too much. I didn't fully disable it, but I moved it from the default 10 to 5, which looks pretty good, I think. So that is basically it. We are doing a max graphics, 0 HUD, max difficulty playthrough, and I really have to say the game looks absolutely amazing. I really like, indeed, I think that was the philosophy of the original developers, but also the remake ones. They really said, I read somewhere, that they said like the player must feel grounded in every scene. So there's really, it feels grounded, it feels and looks realistic. It's really an amazing game, I find. And I really like exploration as well. So having like collectibles and the occasional tactical fight and the beautiful graphics, it really is my kind of game. But what I was saying as well, like I don't know if I finished that thought, but I was just looking at the Steam sale, and I think I knew that there was a remastered of. I do think I mentioned this already, but a remaster of the remaster of The Last of Us Part 1 or the original The Last of Us, but. Yeah, that's really remake with which they call Part 1. It really went under my radar. I think I may remember reading about it, but then I thought like, yeah, it will only be like a marginal difference or improvement. But no, that is not the case. So I'm really happy. I was initially only planning on buying The Last of Us Part 2 remastered in the Steam sale. I actually bought it via a third-party Steam key seller, which was actually cheaper than the Steam sale. But so I'm really happy that while looking for that Last of Us Part 2 remastered, that I noticed that my attention was drawn to The Last of Us Part 1 being existing as well. I really forgot about it, and then I read a little bit about it, and people actually said that the graphics in Part 1 are better than in Part 2 remastered, because it actually came out. I think Part 2 initially came out for the PlayStation 4, and then it was remastered like 1 or 2 years after release, and then 1 or 2 years after that, Part 1 came out, which was not really a remaster of the original The Last of Us, which already had a remaster, but actually a full remake. So also, it's more than a remaster, it's a remake, and it came out after the Part 2 remaster. So yeah, with that you could indeed, it could be logical that it actually looks a bit better even than the Part 2 remaster, which in itself already looks amazing. I remember playing Last of Us Part 2 original one, which looks amazing at the time, but the remaster yeah, looks even better. I also remember playing the original The Last of Us, which again, for the time, looks amazing. But yeah, this one looks a couple of levels better even. Anyways, this is for my playtesting. We are going to do a new game. So you have very light, slight, moderate, hard, survivor and grounded. We are going with grounded, the most challenging and realistic experience. Listen modes, HUD and other gameplay elements are altered in this game mode. We are not playing with any HUD anyway, so that doesn't matter. Listen mode, I think also is like see-through walls. I never like that X-ray functionality in games. I think maybe some Assassin's Creeds may have it. Way too many games have it. It's like a cheat mode, like seeing enemies, NPCs through walls. It's retarded. So I would not have used that anyways. But yeah, so here we go. The difficulty is not recommended for your first playthrough. Grounded disables listen mode, various HUD elements, and is the most challenging and realistic experience. Are you sure you want to proceed? I'm sure. Alright, tutorial messages I do want on because I want the to be aware of any obscure button inputs that I may otherwise totally overlook. Permadeath off. That is really a little bit one bridge too far for me. Like, but it's pretty cool. They really put in like a whole also speed run modes in this game. Here we go. I will also try to find as many collectibles as possible. I think there are comic books, there are dog tags, there are maybe some tools for the workbench, I think 5. I watched a small YouTube video on collectibles. And maybe one other category, yeah, just normal artifacts or radio recordings or audio recordings or something.
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job. I understand. Let's talk about this in the morning, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning. All right, good night.
Hey.
Scoot.
Monday at work, huh?
What are you still doing up? It's late.
Oh, crud, what time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
But it's still today.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
Here,
What's this?
your birthday? You kept complaining about your broken watch. So I figured, you know. You like it?
Honey, this is... It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No. Oh, ha ha.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Oh, good. You started helping out with the mortgage then.
Yeah, you wish.
Man, the graphics look so good. It's amazing. I'm really proud of these developers.
Good night, baby girl.
Start of the story is also really pretty epic.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Uncle Tommy? Hello?
Alright,
What was
here
that all
we go. And there are already, I think, some items that you can interact with over here, but it just looks so sharp compared to the, I don't know what the original game was, PS3, I think. There's just, it's just so much more immersive this way. Here, like a little cat picture on the wall. I do like exploration, so I will be a little bit slow probably compared to others. Mathematics, grade 6. Origami Animals 101. And there I think it says over there, most improved player Sarah Miller. So it's Joel Miller. And this is Sarah.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to give this to him.
And this is the card that she gave. I wanted to give, you're not a fossil yet, happy birthday, dear dad, let's see, you're never around, you hate the music I'm into, you practically despise the movies I like, and yet somehow you still manage to be the best dad every year. How do you do that? Happy birthday, Pops. Love, Sarah. Also, I think picking up collectibles in the world, now in this version, you actually pick them up physically instead of just going immediately to a menu or something. Oh, that's the door. Wait. Here, sharp reflections. I don't think the game has ray tracing, but still.
Phone's dead.
I wonder where is her mother? Helicon drops. Down under 2. Catch you later, Michael Scott. It looks like that guy, what's that youth idol again? I forgot his name, that young guy that was huge like 10, 15 years ago. Who now really looks quite wasted. What's his name? Like a child star. He has the same haircut. The guy, the poster on the top left on the far wall. Give me 1 second. I'm just curious. So we do like so, and we do so, and we do child stars music. Justin Bieber. Ah, apparently Stevie Wonder was also a child star. I was not aware of that. But that's Justin Bieber look over there. Makes sense. A little girls on the wall poster in a little girl's room. I will not be this meticulously checking out every environment, but it's just to get into the flow of the game world. I really wonder, do I want to, maybe I want to put that film grain off altogether. I still see little specks. I really find it, it's like, it looks worse with film grain on than with it off, in my view. Anywho, also nice reflection in the television. You see the room. And outside, you see a light pole or an electricity pole.
Dad?
Alright, here we go. Texas Herald, 300% increase due to mysterious infection. Admittance spikes at area hospitals. FDA expands list of contaminated crops. Massive recalls anticipated. The Food and Drug Administration's investigation of crops potentially tainted with mold continues across the country. Initial lists distributed to vendors nationwide. warned against crops imported from South America. However, now the scope has extended to include Central America and Mexico. Several companies have already voluntarily blah blah blah. The FDA is expected to release an expanded list of foods under their blah blah blah. Police, crazed woman killed husband and 3 others. An encounter with local law enforcement yesterday evening ended in bloodshed when police responded to several 911 calls in Westlake Hills. Upon discovery of a grisly murder scene, officers were violently attacked by... Oh, we can even zoom. Alright, food blah blah blah. However, now the scope is extended to include Central America and Mexico. Several companies have already voluntarily recalled their food products from store shelves. The FDA is expected to release an expanded list of foods under their blah blah blah. Crazed woman. Upon discovery of a grisly murder scene, officers were violently attacked by Sandra Rivers, who was on the premises unknown to law enforcement. Alright, so stuff is getting real. And the date is there a date? September 26, 2013. Carlos Moreno and the photo from Erika Santiago, all Spanish names. Like, this is America, come on. The woke was already starting. Woke really started last 10 years, from 2015 to 2025, it went nuts. But it was already shimmering before. Let me quickly check the release date. The Last of Us. Yeah, 2013 as well. It came out in June. And that remaster, that's the remaster, that's part 2. Yeah, so the it says latest release on the wiki, The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. I'm pretty sure that part 1 is after that one, right? Let me quickly look that up. Wow. Fucking hell. Why is Google so bad? Then we do the Last of Us series. Oh my god, then we got game series. No. Man, this is all taking so much longer than it should. Games wiki. Yeah, that's the same page. So why isn't there a submenu that says games? It says media, cast and characters, development and history, reception, notes, references. Doesn't say anything about the actual flipping games. I mean, that's the first thing you need to put into a wiki article on a game series. Which games are part of the series? I mean, fucking hell, man. Seriously. Why would you start with a section all at the top called media? That should be at the bottom. Who cares about those fake game journalists? Seriously. It is ridiculous. Here, there's literally... Oh, here, media. It's under media. Alright, but anyways, Last of Us 2013, then Left Behind. That's also part in this, included in this part 1. That is some prequel. Then The Last of Us Remastered came only out a year later after... the original. So the original was probably to PS3, so at the end of its cycle. Then the wow, fuck this shit, man. Now that media section that I was looking at just disappeared. Wow. Here we are. So that The Last of Us is probably in the late cycle of the PlayStation 3. Then only a year later, the remaster for the PlayStation 4. Then The Last of Us Part 2 was in in 2020 for the PS4. And then The Last of Us Part 1, so that's a remake of the original in 2022. So The Last of Us Part 2 is 2020, sorry if I said that. Then 2022 The Last of Us Part 1 and 2024 The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. So The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is indeed, I said that wrong earlier, it's after The Last of Us Part 1, but the difference is that The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is not a remake, it's just the higher resolution, I think graphics, maybe some lighting touches, upgrades. But it's basically the same game as The Last of Us Part 2 from 2020, which was a PlayStation 4 game. And the difference with The Last of Us Part 1, which is not only a remaster, but really a remake from the ground up of the original The Last of Us from 2013, is that that game was originally a remake for the PlayStation 5, I'm pretty sure. So that really, from the actual design of this The Last of Us Part 1 as a remake is for the PlayStation 5. While The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is also for the PlayStation 5, but its base assets and its base game, it's not a total remake made for the PS5, it is just an upscale of a game made for the PS4. So that is maybe why, I have to compare it myself still, but why some people said online that The Last of Us Part 1 actually graphically looks better than The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, while the latter came out after the former. Alright, it's super confusing, but anyways, now we have a little bit of a feel for it. Man, Last of Us Part 1, yeah. PlayStation 5, 2022, it's already 3 years old. Time really flies. We're almost 4 years old. Let's very quickly see when it came out, PlayStation 5. Was that late in 2022? PS5 release date. No, it is, holy shit, not even 2022. It was in November 2020. So that is 5 years ago. That is crazy, over 5 years ago. And the first years it was not available anywhere due to chip shortages, etc. That was also, I think, during the time that a lot of GPU mining was still viable, so also the GPUs were very hard to get by. Anywho, I'm really rambling. So this newspaper, the game came out in June or July 2013, and this newspaper is from September 26th, I think, 2013. Man, at this rate I will take, that's why I always, or not always, but often step over to other games, because I just take too long to finish a game. But yeah, that's also why I call it deep playthroughs. I do tend to go through it on the hardest difficulty, all the collectibles, if insofar I can manage. Alright, why is the light going out? Ah, okay. That's also so cool. This is like an, I think, sensor light that indeed goes.
Daddy?
shuts off if there is nobody in there and no movement. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, now it goes off, and now we walk in here, and then it goes on because of the movement. That's pretty amazing attention to detail. And also look at the texture of this little, how do you call it, dry cloth? One second, I'm just curious. Last thing I will, probably not the last thing. I'm just curious if that is the correct term in English, dry cloth. No, that's not it. Or maybe it is. Oh no, of course, it's just towel. That looks pretty amazing, that towel. Dry cloth is more for cleaning microfiber cloths for cleaning cars and stuff. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, that I'm going very slowly through these games. But better slow and thorough than quickly and hastily, superficially. Also, the reason I'm doing it is I am not doing it with all the games, but only the games that I really respect. Like Skyrim, Grand Theft Auto 4, Half-Life 2. These games are really masterpieces, and this game also fits that list. So everything you need to know about creating a startup. So this is really like environmental storytelling. So Joel Miller, I think is a self-made guy.
You in here?
Seem to be somehow connected to the
Where
nationwide
the heck
pandemic.
are you?
We've received reports that victims afflicted with the infection show signs of increased aggression, and
Move everybody out of here now. There's a gas leak. Hey,
there seems to be some commotion coming from.
get the hell out of here! Right.
Here, this is pretty cool. You see it outside. That's so cool as well. For the immersion, it really makes you
Dad?
think the world is indeed bigger than only the direct area where you're in. The game world. I wonder whether there are already like collectibles right from the start, like those dog tags. Probably not. Makes no sense if there are dog tags. Alright, it's now 2:04 a.m. Yeah, so Joe is a construction worker. There's his work clothes.
Dad?
Americans do have really nice houses. They're really roomy compared to Europe. Here, Joe.
What is going on?
Super happy. That's his brother, I think. There's Sarah. And Sarah, the soccer player. An actually porcelain little thingy. Very nicely done. The materials really, the wood looks dry like wood, but the porcelain really looks like a glazed clay little pot. There we have somebody singing and 3 girls. I I don't think that's Sarah. I think that could be maybe Joel's ex-wife. No idea where she is.
There's his phone.
Alright, we have to go there because earlier, let's very quickly, during playtesting, I thought that was the main path and that was a side path. I first went there, but that is actually the main path. So I didn't pick up the phone before. Here we go.
8 missed calls. Where the hell are you? Call me on my way.
Alright, youth soccer clinic. I am going to be home late tonight. Go ahead and order food. See you in the morning, Dad.
Where is he?
What does that clip say? Defenders Youth Soccer. Man, I really can wallow in this for hours, these beautiful graphics. Check out this metallic pots and pans. Looks amazing. Really so roomy, really nice house. The only thing I don't. Oh, something gone. I missed something outside. Only thing here, also really cool. Check that car over there. You see a classical car behind like a cloth. So that's probably somebody's old-timer hobby car. It is such a nice world building. Really makes it feel like a domestic. Here, barbecue outside. Like a domestic environment. But what was I saying? I don't even remember so bad. Yeah, what I don't like about American houses, at least, but yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, is that a lot of them are just wood. So, yeah, probably wood, it's durable enough, but compared to just brick, I prefer my house to be brick. Just for isolation, fire, stuff like that. And it's almost more like a wooden house. It's such a simple construction. It's something that you could basically, it's like a HUD that you could make as a child, but then a bit bigger and a bit cleaner. But yeah, if there's an abundance of wood, why not? It's like a cheap commodity. Alright, and there's again Joel, so with small Sarah, that's really very well done. Like, and here also Joel, probably he likes hunting. But this environmental storytelling, because I don't know, I will not spoil it, but what will be coming up shortly will have a bigger impact after we now seen how close Joel was to Sarah. What a very tight father-daughter relationship they have.
There you are.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Has anyone come in here?
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just stand back there.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
Jimmy!
Dad?
Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, just stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you!
Don't do it, Jimmy! Don't do it, Jimmy!
You shot him.
Sarah.
I saw him this morning.
Listen to me. There's something bad going on. We've got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tommy, come on.
Very cool. How quickly she catches herself. Like,
Where the hell you been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got some notion.
Holy shit.
What in there?
You got blood all over
It
you.
ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
This ain't half the people in the city lost their minds.
Can we just please go?
Some sort of parasite or something. You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
I'm fine. Can we hear us on the radio?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
No cell phone. No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
They say where to go?
They said, Army's put up roadblocks on the highway.
here, the dirty rear
No getting into
windscreen.
Travis County.
We need to get the hell out.
Alright,
Take
Austin,
70.
San Marcos Hospital.
Did they say how many are dead?
Probably a lot. They found this one family all mangled inside their
Tommy.
house. Right. Sorry.
Alright, the only thing I find this, it's really minor, but this corner, that road sign said 45, so that is like, I don't know, 70 kilometers an hour. It's not very fast, but it's also not very slow. And it's certainly way too fast for an almost 90-degree corner like this one, with an uneven incline. So I don't know why the game developers put that sign there and then made this sharp of a corner. They could have just made it a more faint corner, but I'm overthinking it, I'm sure. Here we go.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
They got no clue. But we ain't the only town. At first they were saying it's just the south. Now they're going on about the east coast, the west coast. Holy hell. That's Lewis's farm. I hope that sumbitch made it out.
I'm sure he did.
Were we sick?
No, of course not.
Wow, there's so much detail. Even the ref counter on the dash is working, the needle.
How do you know?
They said it's just people in the city. We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
That's right, he did. We're fine, trust me.
All right.
Let's see what they need.
Who do you think you're doing? Keep driving.
They got a kid, Joel.
So do we.
But we have room.
Keep driving, Tommy.
That's the time when car dashboards were still
Someone else
nice,
will come along.
simple, and ergonomical.
Oh, this is bad.
South
Everyone
San
and their mother had
Antonio.
the same damn idea.
We could just backtrack and...
Hey, what the fuck, man? Let's go!
Holy shit. Turn us around. Tommy. Tommy!
Holy shit! What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Did you see that?
Yes, I saw it.
God damn.
Turn here, turn here.
No. Come on, people, move.
What are they running from?
Get us out of here.
I'm trying.
Oh no.
Yeah, this was
Can't stop here, Tommy.
I can't fucking drive through them,
Then
Joel.
back up then!
They're behind me.
this was a bad call from Joel going to the left over there. They should have gone straight on, I guess. If everybody is running from this direction, why would you go there? No idea. But there was one other thing that was a thought offering in mind. Which I totally forgot, which is super annoying. God damn it. Right, maybe it will pop up back in later.
Me too.
There! Hold on! Go!
Here, that's what you get, Joel, from taking the wrong turn.
Daddy? Hey. Hey.
Get back, baby. Get back.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Dad?
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come on, give me your hand. What is it?
My leg hurts.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
We're gonna need to run.
God. You keep us safe. Come on, baby. Now hold on tight.
Okay. Daddy, I'm scared.
Just keep your eyes closed, honey. Joel, watch out!
Oh my.
Keep running!
Those people are on
Just
fire.
keep looking at me, baby.
Okay.
Over there!
We're gonna get out of this. I promise.
Right. I was already wondering, like, will it only be like normal citizens that will looping and spawning endlessly, or will there also be already some infected? And indeed, there are infected.
There's too many of them! This way! Through the alley! Go!
But man, amazingly well done. By the way, I remember what I wanted to say. That is that apparently when this remake, so the Last of Us Part 1 came out in, I think, 2022. Apparently lots of people said like, yeah, it's not really needed because it's also an older game, etc. I have no clue what those people were on about, because this looks better than any game out on the market 2025. And it's also not like the NPCs or everything is, you see that it's like super simple because it was originally made for a very more limited hardware like the PS3. Not at all. So that is totally some kind of, those people have really weird perception of what games look like, saying that yeah, there's not really added value to this remake because it's an old game and it doesn't hold up or something. It's ridiculous. Unless I'm misremembering what I read, but it was something along those lines that people said like, yeah, does it really, it's made for an old, it's such an old game and blah blah blah. Who cares? That's only even better, because then what would you prefer? That they made a remake of a game that only came out like 2 or 3 years ago? No, of course not. Because then you can just as well buy the 2 or 3 year old original. But anywho, here we go.
He's dead!
Good work.
Damn it!
We're almost there. We're almost there, baby.
They're getting through the fence! Keep going! Find a way out of here! Come on!
Here we go, here we go.
Go!
You got Sarah! I can outrun him!
Uncle Tommy?
I will meet you there! Hurry!
Kijk, Tommy.
Daddy, we can't leave him!
He's gonna be fine. We're almost there.
They're getting closer. Dad?
Really cool, I think. At the initial part of this sequence, we can maybe restart it. I think you can really, we are being chased, but then because of the lighting, you see actually Joel's shadow on the floor, on the ground, with somebody else's shadow behind it. It's really well done. Let's quickly check that out. Here, you see behind. That's so cool, man. So
Dad?
even if you're not looking behind, you know that you're being chased.
It's okay, baby. We're safe. We're safe. Hey, we need help.
Stop!
Please. It's my daughter. I think her leg is broken.
Stop right there!
Okay. We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians in the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need... Shit. Please don't. Oh, no. Sarah. Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. God. Listen to me. I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby. I know it hurts. Come on, baby. Please. I know, baby. I know. Sarah. Baby.
Wow.
Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on. No. No. No, no, no. Please. 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 Please don't. Please.
Seriously? Unbelievable.
The number of confirmed deaths has passed 200. The government
How
has
well
called a
that
state
was
of
done.
emergency.
There were hundreds and hundreds of bodies lining the streets.
Panic spread worldwide after a leaked report from the World Health Organization showed that the latest vaccination tests have failed.
With the bureaucrats out of power, we can finally take the necessary steps.
Los Angeles is now the latest city to be placed under martial law. All residents are required to report to their designated quarantine. Riots have continued for a third consecutive day, and winter rations are at an all-time low.
A group calling themselves the Fireflies have claimed responsibility for both attacks.
Their public charter calls for the return of all branches of government.
Demonstrations broke out following the execution of 6 more alleged Fireflies.
You can still rise with us. Remember, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Believe in the Fireflies.
But man, what an amazing prelude that is actually. Like, I've been playing it for I did it playtesting yesterday, I did it in the original game, and still I had like a little tear popped up because it's just more impactful than any movie or book
I'm coming.
I can imagine. That's really a testament to the writers and to the artists that created that scene. It's so grounded but so real.
How was your morning?
And that's also what I meant with those pictures in the house, the environmental storytelling of all those pictures of Joel being happy with his daughter Sarah. And then, because of course I took way too long. I took like, I don't know how late it is now, but I took like almost a whole hour just going like a snail through that house. But even if you do it quicker, you will notice those pictures in the corner of your eye. And then there's such a build-up, such a roller coaster of emotions, how cliche that may sound, but like you start with the happy birthday present, which I think that watch will later on, of course, also play a bigger role, like Joel remembering, maybe Ellie will give him a watch or something, I don't know, but it would not surprise me. But that was happy. Then a little bit of exploration, and then you see the happy family life through the environmental storytelling, through the pictures and the paintings, etc. And then that climax where she gets killed, and where you can also, there's so much going on there. Also that soldier, he doesn't necessarily want to shoot her, like she's a little girl. So he really asks confirmation, but to a certain extent, you can understand their orders. Like everybody, that's a quarantine zone, everybody from it, in order to prevent even more deaths, need to be killed off. So, but then I think I remember when playing this the first time around that I really did not see that one coming, and it's just such an impactful moment, I find, and especially now with the upgraded graphics that you see the more like the personality in the eyes, etc. with the higher fidelity graphics. It's just an amazing prelude. Even if you only race through it in like 10 minutes, there's so much happening, like the happy birthday, then the exploration, then the happy family. Then slowly but surely the tension gets built up. Then you have like the action sequence with explosions through the town center, and then all of a sudden, bam! Everything comes to a halt when Sarah, the little girl, is just shot dead. It's just amazing. Also, premise for the rest of the game. Like, right, I'm rambling, but I cannot compliment this starting chapter of the game. How do you say that? I can't compliment it enough. It's just amazing. Now we are 20 years later.
Want one?
No, I don't want one.
Well, I have some interesting news for you.
Where were you, Tess?
West End District. Hey, we had a drop to make.
We had a drop to make.
Well, you wanted to be left alone, remember?
So I'll take one guess. The whole deal went south and the client made off with our pills. Is that about right?
Deal went off without a hitch. Enough ration cards to last us a couple of months, easy.
You want to explain this?
I was on my way back here, and I got jumped by these two assholes, all right? And yeah, they got a few good hits in, but... Look, I managed.
Give me that. Are these assholes still with us?
That's funny.
At least find out who they were.
Yeah, look, they were a couple of nobodies. They don't matter. What matters is that Robert fucking sent them.
Our Robert.
He knows that we're after him. He figures he's gonna get us first.
Son of a bitch, he's smart.
No. He's not smart enough. I know where he's hiding.
Like hell you do.
Old warehouse in Area 5. Can't say for how long, though.
Well, I'm ready now, yeah?
Oh, I can do now.
She's pretty badass.
The checkpoint's still open.
Only got a few hours left until curfew.
Well, we better hurry up then.
Alright, she just walked through that pigeon. ridiculous. But anyways, let's check out these graphics and also keep an eye out for collectibles. Those dog tags, I have no idea how they're supposed to look. I even saw in the video they can even be in lampposts, like up top, hanging from a lamppost. And there's so much detail. You even see that gas meter or electricity meter with like a gauge inside it with numbers. You can even make out the numbers.
Wait, are you serious?
I got served the damn papers this morning. I've been selected for outside work duty.
That's such crap. Soldiers are supposed to handle the outside.
I'll make sure to tell them that. What about you, Joel? You been summoned for this bullshit yet?
Nope.
Joel and I always seem to get lucky.
Yeah, I bet.
Curfew hours, street hours, 6 p.m., 6 a.m. 6 a.m. Anyone caught without proper papers will be arrested on the spot. Neighborhood Crime Watch. We immediately report all suspicious activities to our police department. Man, also that fire hydrant or that connector, it really looks like brass or metal or whatever. It looks amazing. Wall hydrants. Alright, FEDRA. Federal Disaster Response Agency. Incident Security Force. Secure area, restricted military zone. Check it out how it looks. It's just amazing. I was, yeah, of course, Uncharted, The Last of Us, Naughty Dog always made graphically super impressive games. But this one really exceeds my expectations, honestly.
Attention. Citizens are required to carry a current ID at all times. Compliance with all city personnel is mandatory.
Look at that. Ration line hasn't opened yet. Must be running low again.
And I'm also really happy that it is not, but let's double check that. The Last of Us Part 1 engine. Yes, I'm really happy that it is not the Unreal Engine 5. Yes, that's an amazing engine and it has a lot of bells and whistles. But I find that all games, at least the developers, maybe they're just lazy and they just use preset default settings. But they all look quite kind of similar. And this game looks a little bit like an Unreal Engine 5, like it has the same bells and whistles. But still it has its own personality a bit. So I'm really happy with that. It's very nuanced, but somehow, I don't know, you can just recognize Unreal Engine 5 games. And like 10, 15 years ago, most big developers had their own in-house engines. And that was really nice, because they all had their own strengths and weaknesses, instead of one generic one-size-fits-all graphical tone, so to say. Alright, but then there's one other thing I wanted to quickly check up, and that is what happened to Joel's wife. What happened to Joel's wife? His wife left him shortly after their daughter Sarah was born, and her fate, death or desertion, remains intentionally mysterious. Though it's implied she left him due to the trauma of the outbreak's onset and his difficult parenting. She never appears and isn't named. Her absence is a major plot point, highlighting Joel's early abandonment and isolation. While never confirmed, fans speculate she couldn't handle raising a child in the early days of the outbreak or perhaps died, though the abandonment narrative is more central to Joel's character development. There are no photos of her in the house, and Joel is reluctant to discuss her, suggesting deep pain or betrayal, not just loss. Right, that's pretty cool as well. Like, not everything needs to be explained. Leave it up to your imagination.
Hey, how much longer?
Lady, when the rations arrive, we'll open the door, right?
All persons are required to report any suspected infection cases to CENTCOM upon penalty of death. Harboring infected individuals is a punishable offense.
I don't even care anymore. Let him take me. Just be quiet.
Alright, again, I will not be going this slowly through all areas. I just want to get a feel for everything, and also see, like, okay, can there be like collectibles already this early in the game? And if so, how do they look? Here, like that little discarded carton, it's actually a 3D model. Little stuff like that really helps with the immersion. Man, they did amazing texturing work and lighting work. Seriously. Alright, regulations. You must not have any diseases or conditions that could be contagious or life-threatening. You will be required to pass a physical. The purpose of Form 714 ration perm card is to identify permanently assigned or attached soldiers and enlisted personnel. All firearms are to be reported for usage to armory. Only those with a ration perm card are able to check out firearms from the armory. Movement to and from infected areas under OGD in Regulation 37.1 must be authorized by a unit commander. And they're taking no half measures here. This area activity has been declared a restricted area by authority of the installation command in accordance with the provisions of the directive issued by the Secretary of Defense on October 14, 2013, pursuant to the provisions of Section 2 Internal Security Act of 1950. Section 21 Internal Security Act. Unauthorized entry is prohibited. All persons herein are liable to search. Photography of the facilities is prohibited without specific authorization from the commander. Deadly force is authorized. Have a ticket ready. Show your ID cards. Yellow tickets, red tickets, white tickets. A class ration is yellow, B class ration is red, and white is C class rations. I do remember her face. Looks like the NPCs I remember when playing this game way back in the day. And I don't know what the purple reflection is on that window over there. there any purple here? I don't see any purple. But I could be missing something. Bostonian. Behind the screens. Man, because everything is so high fidelity, there's so much to look at.
Go.
You leave me alone.
Down on the ground.
Okay, Jesus.
Then get
I
down.
didn't do anything wrong. No.
Hands on your fucking head. Do it. Alright, scan. It's clean. Clean. Get a live one.
No. I'm not infected.
Hold her
Run,
down.
Miss Gans, run!
Do it.
Please!
Eyes forward. Alright. She's down.
Shit.
Shut up. Consider yourself lucky. What happens when you hide out in a condemned building? Call the cleanup crew. We're through here. Gonna need 2 bags and 2 more for the box.
All right, people, this isn't a show. Keep moving along.
Yes, sir. We'll stay put.
Here, check out the blood
Shouldn't be long.
flowing. Again, amazing detail. I was skeptical too, because of all the woke garbage that came out, but to new generation games, etc. But yeah, efforts like this are super impressive.
Seems like more people are getting infected.
That just means more people are sneaking out.
This really looks like what I dreamed when I was small games could look like, photorealistic. This is pretty damn close. Also the fact that these games, as well as Uncharted, they are quite linear, but I actually really like that. It's not super linear, there are still open areas, but all that open world crap, I'm really happy that not all games followed it. Like for example, I find personally, I have to replay it, it's also on my to-do list, but Metal Gear Solid 5, not necessarily a better game than the others because it's open world. More the opposite actually. Ah, and I also forgot, there was like a pretty epic, I remember from playtesting.
Right in front of me. Damn runners came out of nowhere. What am I supposed to tell their families?
I got us all new papers. They shouldn't give us any static
The way
up
I
there.
heard it, they line him up in the
Just play
street
it
and cut
cool.
him up. Retribution and shit. We ever lose control of this place to the stragglers, that's what'll happen to us.
That would never go down here. Any straggler even looks at me the wrong way, I'd put his ass down.
I'm sure that's what they thought at every other QZ before riots broke out.
It's those goddamn fireflies. They keep stirring the population up. We put an end to it. That's how you solve this shit.
We agree on that.
But anyways, there was a pretty epic, I was looking way too much like everywhere and nowhere, but a pretty epic skyline over there. That building collapsed, and building to the right burned down or damaged on top. Society just has full, yes, stalled for like 20 years. Man, it's almost like I'm walking through a tech demo. That's how good I find it looks.
Where's Mark at? He in here? They caught him trying to use fake ration cards.
Jesus. What'd they do?
What do you think? They beat the shit out of him and dragged him off. Haven't heard from him since.
Fucking idiot. Should have known better.
He's got a family. What's the guy gonna do?
Yeah? How's that working out for him now?
Hey, asshole, what are you looking at?
Ronnie, shut the fuck up, man. Hey, Joe, we're not looking for trouble, okay?
No harm, no foul.
Right, we are on our way meeting with, I don't know what the name was, Robert or something, who sent out people after, I forgot her name as well. Can we see that over here? So we do everything is locked still. But there is like a model viewer functionality in the main menu, I think. Here, it doesn't even need to apply a lot of filters. It is just in-game to make it look good, because they don't need to do all kinds of weird trickery to make it extra look good in photo mode, because the game in itself already looks good enough. But what was her name? Not Ellie, not Sarah. I have no idea. Vehicle decontamination. Prepare to stop vehicle and disembark.
You see your IDs. There you go. What's your business here? Got the day off. Visiting a friend. All right, move on through. Thanks.
Get out of here! Go! Close it up! Fireflies! Fucking shoot them! They're running!
Joe, come on, let's get out of here. Go, let's go, come on.
Damn fireflies.
Clear the surrounding area immediately. Attention. Checkpoint 5 is now closed until further notice. All civilians must clear the surrounding area immediately.
Come on.
I think if we try to get
Get
past
off the
here,
street, people! Move it!
he gets pretty angry, this guy.
Next time I'm gonna put a bullet in your head. Clear the area!
Alright, Jesus Christ, superstar.
So much for the easy route. Patch yourself up, all right? They're gonna close all the checkpoints. We're gonna have to go around the outside.
Outside the wall.
Or we could just let Robert go.
Cute.
Yeah, so it's Robert. Also really cool, it's like there are these wanted posters. In any other game, they would just duplicate the same wanted poster. But that guy is wearing a cap. That is a woman. That guy is wearing a winter cap. And that guy is bald. So there are 4 different guys. So there are at least four different instances of the wanted poster, which really makes it more believable instead of seeing 4 times the same person in close vicinity. Oh
Hey,
shit.
Tess, you see that shit?
I was there. Hey, how's the east tunnel looking?
It's clear. I just used it. No patrols. And where are you off to?
Gonna pay Robert a visit.
You too?
Who else is looking for him?
Marlene. She's been asking around, trying to find him.
Marlene? What do the Fireflies need with Robert?
You think she'd tell me?
Well, what did you tell her?
The truth. I got no idea where he's hiding.
Good man. Hey, you stay out of trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah, see you around.
Alright, I just want to make sure there are no goodies we're missing here. Probably not, because we're still in, I think, what you could consider a bit of a tutorial phase. Here, check out the parallax mapping, and yes, the lighting in the model. It's all really well done. And this game is 3 years old. It's just amazing. I know I'm repeating myself, sorry for that. I'm a broken record. A generator. These door locks, they look a little bit like, I don't know, like Killzone door locks or Half-Life door locks of the Combine. Half-Life 2. Here, this guy is keeping pigeons, probably not as a pet for consumption, poor pigeons. Here, check out that little red, what's it called? Fastener or something on that sprinkler tubing. There's just, again, I'm really a broken record, but I cannot imagine how much detail they put into it.
Marlene looking for Robert?
How much
What do you
work
make of that?
I don't
that
like it.
was.
We better find him before the Fireflies do.
Right, so Marlene is looking for Robert. I have no idea who Marlene is. I missed that conversation. I was too busy looking at the graphics. Here, check it out. Pull down fire alarm. And it really is what I think now is quite popular online, but liminal spaces, like a whole city not fully operational for like 20 years.
Hey guys, how's it going?
There will be a lot of
Shit's stirring up out there. How we looking over here?
Spaces.
Yeah, it's been quiet. No signs of military or infected.
That's what I like to hear. Joel, give me a hand with this.
Take it easy. I'm looking for collectibles. Here, that oil lamp and that gas canister over there, that grey, rusty gas canister, just spot on. And if you do pre-baked lighting and shadows well, you really don't need ray tracing, etc. for photorealistic graphics. Alright, here we go, no more kidding around.
Y'all take it easy out there.
Right, what is that DVD? What does it say? It's the other way around. It says the guy with a gun. Enter the gunway. I have no idea. I cannot see it. And I also cannot zoom yet. Here, but even that little CD-ROM inside the case over there, pretty amazing. Let's give it one more try. No, my eyesight is not good enough for this. Alright, so you see a guy pointing a gun behind that brown bottle. Yeah, so I went very close by the screen to check it out, and it indeed seems to say "Enter the Gunman," which is a really weird title, if you ask me.
Let there be light. Oh, God, this place reeks. I need to wash it and throw away down here. Let's grab our gear.
Right, right. Check out that molten or like, yeah, worn canister over there, and the rusty metal and aluminum air vents, which apparently don't rust as much, which probably is true to life. Maybe aluminum doesn't rust at all. Let me quickly look that up. So we do, does aluminum rust? It doesn't rust because rust is specifically iron oxide, but it does corrode by forming a hard protective layer of aluminum oxides, which is why it's very corrosion resistant, though not completely immune, especially in salty or harsh conditions where it can still degrade. Alright, but it's much more resistant to rust than iron, apparently.
Our backpacks are still here from last time.
That's pretty nice, woman. If only I would remember your name. I don't. Also, all the little bugs and particles around light sources is pretty nice. Man, what a shame that The Last of Us 2 has such a woke story and woke characters. Would have been so much cooler if that would have been Joel as well. Lekker, thinner, tree top. Commonwealth Lobster Company, freshest shellfish on the East Beach. on the east.
God damn it.
Beach. Alright, and we are in Boston, by the way, now. Safe house list. There's a map over there. And we are taking our Colt pistol, or whatever. I have no clue about pistols. Looks like a Colt
Not a lot of ammo.
44 maybe.
Shots count.
So we do the Last of Us pistol. It's a 9mm type. Let's see what it is. Joel's initial sidearm is a Colt Defender. So I had the manufacturer right. Or Browning High Power in Part 1 remake. No, we have a Browning High Power. While Ellie uses a Beretta Model 70 or Walther P5 in Part 1. Why would they change the pistol type in a remake? I don't understand that, because that has nothing to do with good or better or worse. That is just an artistic choice. I would really leave stuff like that the same. Alright, let's reload.
Alright, Texas. Boost me up.
Alright, and we also have our, I forgot about that. It's already activated. No, we just picked it up, so I didn't have it before yet. But we have our flashlight as well.
Wanna boost me up?
I wanna boost you up. Man, even that support beam over there, etc. There's just so much going on. So much detail. Right, I don't know what button to press here. Yesterday I was also really messing around a lot here. Trying to press the correct button. And somehow it suddenly worked. I'm just pressing the use interact button. But it's not doing anything. I had to look a little bit upwards.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is really weird. It was the same button I was pressing like 20 times, but I had to look to that yellow beam. At least there's not yellow paint, like in all those dumbed down, woke, leftish trash games that came out in the last 10 years. Like made foolproof, super dumbed down, but still, that fact that that bar is yellow is already too much for me. Like, let gamers take them seriously, let them figure it out for themselves. They don't need yellow paint to know where to go. Makes no sense.
Go on.
Got it.
Be careful.
When am I not?
That a trick question?
Alright, we are in the pizzeria of Frankie, the pizza man. I'm sure that's Frankie on the wall picture there, on the wall frame. I'm just curious. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a collectible here. Or something to interact. But of course I'm playing on the hardest difficulty level, so there will be way less loot just randomly lying around. I guess. No, I'm pretty sure it said so. But still, the collectibles should still all be there. So not the ammunition or item restocks, but just the collectibles. Alright, tradizionali spaghetti di tomate, pomodori dolci e basilico. Dolci e basilico. Seringola olives. Atwood beer. What the hell does it say? American Press Best Pizza 2006. Anthony Pizza. Eastland has a sanitation score of A. That's amazing. Apparently they also changed this jukebox that was here. I saw in a comparison video. Again, I would have not touched stuff like that because you can make it a bit more detailed but not change the full model because that is just a choice they made back in when making the original game. Even the button of the buttons on these pin machines, the green, yellow and red, is totally in line with how it is in real life. I'm just also looking now in the nooks and crannies, just because I want to know if the game really puts like dog tags or something in really out of the way places. Here, but this shrubbery looks amazing. The color, everything looks amazing. Free delivery pizzeria. Alright, we have to go over there, I think. Here, all the little critters you see. Like little bugs flying around. Wait, let's also walk outside the way I'm sure the developers intended it. So you get over here and then you see this bright main door with the light beaming in. And then you are like, woohoo, we're outside. Beautiful. And this really is a game for me, just walking around, checking out stuff. Here, like this dilapidated or worn down van. Been in the same location for 20 years. Nature took its course. And somehow, even if the second game turns out to be gameplay-wise better, I really like this game better because of the whole vibe, the character, etc. Instead of that stupid man-woman in the second one. Built in 1865 by James Wilter. He gained his wealth and fortune by being one of the first restaurateurs in the city, though considered nouveau riche by many of the city's older, more established families. He went on to do many great things for this city, including charity and this building, and many such others, for lower income families as well as newly settled immigrants. Alright, cool guy. Can we interact with the sign? Nope. Yeah, but that's why going slow through a game like this, I find really pays off sometimes. Because you really notice all these little details that you would otherwise totally miss out on. Which really built the world better, so to say.
Where's the ladder?
It's got to be around here somewhere.
Of course, the mechanics, etc. It's basically the same as Uncharted. That just was a winning formula. But it's just a more grounded world, so to say, less over the top. And more harsh, of course, with Ellie dying. Here, the moss on that car, the overgrowth. It's pretty amazing. I would like to check out the gun to see if I can shoot the window, break the window with shooting it. But I think I only have like 5 bullets. So, and on this difficulty level, things are really scarce. So I'm not going
Try
to
over there.
waste it.
Great, bring it over.
Ladies first.
Lady, you must be thinking of someone else.
It's all relative.
This way.
Right. So cool. We are really like in somebody's living room. Where hardly anybody has been for like 20 years. Radiology, principles of radiology, medical genetics, clinical anatomy, a manual on gynecology. All right, this is somebody who was in the medical fields, I guess. Shoot first. Bill, Jessica, David, Ben. They actually did like their hands, I think, some kind of a bonding ritual. Their hand outlines with paint. That's the firefly symbol, I think. Keep the fuck out of Worcester. Clean up your shit. Providence burns. Burn the infection. Take my advice, stay on the other side of the wall, I guess. Stay inside. Holy shit, those cockroaches. So well done. And now I don't see them anymore. Where are they? I also really like it that apparently in this remake the game is a bit darker in dark areas. I really like that because almost always games are way too bright, even when it's night or when there is no light source. Again, an
Down through here.
An example of foolproofing and dumbing down games.
You think Robert's still got our guns?
For his sake, he better.
Look, once we get our merchandise back, it should be easy to unload.
Well, speaking of merchandise, when's that next shipment due?
Oh, we're meeting Bill next month. More pills, lots of ammo. Supposedly.
Yeah, well, he always shows up with something. Should keep us busy for a while.
What's your stuff? Found dog. Your soccer club. Babysitter for hire. Photography. Shopping guides. Here, even that envelope looks pretty detailed with like the little window in it. Storage. Okay, imagine in this kind of an dystopian fallen society, indeed people start to value overnight things totally differently. Like all these envelopes, which normally in a working society would be opened up because they could contain PIN codes or whatever for personal gain. In an Armageddon like this society is, it carries no value. The only thing that carries value are bullets, foods, and weapons, I guess.
Hold up. Spores.
Multi-credit cards. Security notice: this property is protected by electronic surveillance.
Where the hell are all these coming from? Place was clear last time.
They're coming out of something. Stay alert.
Check washer and dryer interiors before use. Yeah, that's a good one. Not to have a cat in there. Soapy Queen, soap and suds. If only I knew what sud meant. Please empty pocket, save the spare change and car keys. High extract washer, save time and money with more loads at once and less time in the dryer. Please do not put any plastic or rubber items inside the dryers due to fire hazards. Not responsible for loss or damage to clothes. Please inspect machines used carefully. Alright, but what are duds? Sorry that I'm continuously going on tangents, but I'm just curious. Suds. A dud, I know. A dud is, I think, like a fake bullet. A dud meaning a thing that fails to work properly or is otherwise unsatisfactory or worthless. Fake bullets. Words. Are that also duds? I think so. Blanks. Exactly. Alright, so now we are going to look for suds. Suds. Meaning. Froth made from soap and water. She was up to her elbows in suds. Leather, cover, or wash in soapy water. Martha suds to my back. Yeah, so it's one moment. Yeah, it's like foam, I guess. Soapy foam. Alright, here we go. I'm actually not sure. Is it foam almost always soapy? No, maybe not. You have like, in the sea you also can have foam. which is not soapy. Alright, I heard something. Like a little audio cue, but I have no idea what it did. So did I pick up something maybe by walking over it? No, because I think we have to pick up stuff manually. Alright, here we can see what we have actually. Ah wait, maybe it's like a new thingy, a pamphlet. Yeah, I didn't pick anything up, so apparently walking over it picks it up. Boston QZ map. I have no idea where I picked that one up. Alright, quarantine zone. Area 1, 2, military quarters, 4, 5, caved in. Tunnel, 50 minutes patrol. Takes 50 minutes for patrols to switch shifts. Patrol. A map of the Boston quarantine zone. Military pamphlets. Ah, nice. Here, we have like all details. Alright, so we have a runner. Do not let them swarm you. Cordyceps has taken over the victim's motor functions. Fast and agile, stage 1 infected. Usually travel in packs. Do not let them swarm you. So that are runners. Then we have stalkers. They're stage 2, I guess. Used employment and uses environment to hide and ambush victims. Will frequently flank and attack from behind. Approach with caution and check your surroundings. That's infected stage 2. Then we have 3 that are the clickers. Completely blind. Acute hearing. Uses echolocations to seek out prey. Keep your distance. Stage 3 infected are known for their ferocious attacks and are extremely lethal. And then, yeah, this is like a blobber or something, the infected stage 4. Hide and ambush victims, check your surroundings. Completely blind. Stage 4, B. Alright, so I think that was the sound that we heard. Neuroscience made easy. Principles of physiology. Laboratory test procedures. Textbook of obstetrics. Yeah, I saw that during playtesting as well. Sorry, I'm just curious. What the hell is obstetrics? Obstetrics. Ah, that's midwifery. And then where the hell does that word come from? Sorry. So we do obstetrics. Obstetrics. Etymology. I really like etymology. Comes from Latin, deriving from obstetrics. Ah, that means midwife. Literally meaning one who stands opposite the woman in labor. From opposites, op, and to stand, stara, obstara. Related to the root of obstacle, referring to the midwife's supportive role at birth. with the term for the practice emerging in the 18th and 19th century. It's the medical specialty for pregnancy and childbirth, appearing in English in the early 19th century. That really is all not that long ago. That's like, yes, 200 years ago. But 200 years ago really is not that long. Before that, that whole field of study simply didn't exist. There's so much, the last 200 years, it's ridiculous how much progress was made in science and technology. Look at the game we're playing now. 20 years ago, this was unthinkable. Anywho, I'm still looking for...
There's our culprit.
Body's not that old. Better keep your eyes and ears open.
Alright, so he's dead and he releases spores then, I think. Or something. Poor guy. Alright, here we go. National Certificate of Merit, Boston League Law School. Honorable Dean Dieters, blah blah blah. Juris Doctor. College of Law, Derek Phil Stun. Alright, sorry, I'm just totally all over the place with my focus. Not really playing, I'm just admiring the world.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
You okay?
Yeah. Damn ceiling's falling apart. Be careful.
Exactly. That looks pretty heavy, those concrete
This way.
slabs.
Easy. Jesus! Watch it, watch it.
Help me. My mask broke. Don't leave me to turn.
Alright, so
Please.
What do you want to do?
he wants us to take him out. His neck is broke and he's bitten.
Poor bastard.
Poor guy, indeed. I forgot what my right trigger does. Yeah, I think it is reloading. No, I think reloading is the same button as firing, but outside when you're not aiming. Then what the hell did I assign? Ah, we can also manually save. But whatever, autosave is probably good enough. One moment, we go over here, controls, customize, and then we go to R2, weapon swap, listen. So that's weapon swap, and that is that cheaty listen mode. Natalie and Vedyard legal group. Natal and Veg Yards. Really weird name. Oh, you see? I picked something up for the first time. I didn't even see what it was. What the hell did I pick up? I don't see anything here. It's a shame I cannot see my weapons here. Only items. So I don't know how many ammos I have. But I was thinking about that with playing without any HUD, so you don't know that. But it really doesn't matter. Because if it is, I just have to be super frugal with everything, and if I have not enough, then it is just what it is. Here, even these PCs, they look like Dell PCs, like those black ones, the early 2000s. Here, that's even a 3D panel that you see like a tube inside it. Light panel, ceiling, lighting units. This location has gone 3 days without a lost time injury. Right, I don't know what a lost time injury is. Employee rights. United States Health Board. It's a weird amalgamation of a certificate of humanity, of like a law school or a law office firm, but also some medical stuff going on here. Alright, so that is probably where we need to go. Then let's quickly check out over here. Ah, no. Just loops right back over here. Man, it's so easy to overlook a dog tag here.
Up ahead. You hear that? Shh, shh.
Stay crouched to sneak up on enemies and press X to grab them. Alright, so these guys don't see my flashlight. Alright, I'm choking him out. But there's still another one. Or I think two even. This is approximately a little bit further, but this is how far I went with playtesting.
Jesus.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the lady and then I'm gonna kick the other one.
Alright, that's all of them.
Alright, that worked pretty good. Apparently there's also a way to dodge. I have no idea.
Let's head back into the city.
How? But there are quite some, in the loading screen, there are quite some handy tips. And again, that's also the interface in this game very well done. So in a lot of other games, you have like tips in loading screens, but then it's a super short loading screen. You cannot even take the time to actually read and take in what it says. Here, you can just press a button until you're ready, and then you get back into the game. And you can also cycle through the tips, and you can cycle forward and backwards. It's amazing. They're really little things, but it makes it so much easier. Or just user-friendly. Tokyo, Hong Kong, Madrid, New York, Seattle. I don't know why they need all these clocks here for a law firm, but they probably have a reason. Man, check out. Looks pretty gruesome. Her positioning. What were they even eating? They were eating a human. And they're actually ragdoll physics, even when they are when they're dead. Nice. It's much more immersive than like other games. Often once you kill an enemy, they become like invisible or no clipping, or no, how do you say it? Just like static objects. They don't move anymore no matter what happens until they despawn. Plastic, landfill, paper only. Man, I didn't find any collectible yet. I find it a little bit suspicious. Alright, this is all empty. Makes sense after 20 years. Ignoring time, criminal without faith. Nice monitor. Tax law. IRS federal tax law. A complete guide. (2008). Here you would expect some stuff, but of course we're playing on the hardest difficulty, so probably normally there are all kinds of items here. But not on grounded. I do wonder whether in 2013 they already had like those types of round cameras. Maybe they did. Yeah, probably they did. So if the outbreak occurred in 2013, it is now 20 years later, we are actually in the future. We are now in 2033, right? Let's quickly look that up. So we do The Last of Us. What year does it take place? The initial outbreak happens in 2003. No, that's the HBO show. God damn it, fuck off with that show. Game. The Last of Us game starts with the initial outbreak in 2013, then jumps forward 20 years to the main story set in the post-apocalyptic world of 2033. Yeah, so we are actually in the future. But yeah, there is no spaceships or anything because development halted. Alright, let's get out of here. Business license, Boston Law Office. Another license. Why would you put your license on the wall? I find that accredited business electronic corporation. The hell is that? Integrated business. Alright, I don't know what electronic corporation is. If that is a business name, it is a really bad business name, I would say. Alright, let's start a business. How are we going to call it? Let's call it Electronic Corporation. Alright, some city, I don't know, probably Boston. Downtown Boston. I still don't remember what her name is.
Some fresh air. That's the one thing I love about the outside. Fucking hate the smell of the city.
Why don't you ask Bill to get you some of them air fresheners?
Hey, if they weren't expired, that'd be a good idea.
Man, I really have no idea what Joel said there. It was really abracadabra. Or... unclear what he said. Something here, right? Maybe a dog tag or something? Can we climb up? Nope. Can we get in? Nope. Bullet holes in the window, in the car, rear windscreen, windshields.
Through here. Cover the entrance.
I got it.
Pretty amazing. Anyways, hardly any progress. I'm going way too slow. I will be going quicker in the next episodes. I will end the episode here because I'm pretty sure we're quite close to a checkpoint. Yes, less than 1 minute to go. because I also want to see, this is also HDR, so the file size will be bigger, and my SSD is not that, doesn't have that much free space anymore, so I just want to see how big the recording is already, and probably I will just quickly upload it, remove the file itself, and then continue in the next episode in like 10 minutes or so. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you there. For the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. Slater.